Alright guys, welcome back to another video here on the Dividend Doggo Show on YouTube, and I'm bringing you into the portfolio for the week, what was this, the week ending July 9th. I cannot believe how fast this year is just flying by, but we're already almost 2 weeks into July. This is pretty wild. I actually didn't expect this to get this high, but I did decide to go ahead and do a buy Friday afternoon. So I did push this over with a little bit of the cash that had come in from dividends. I rolled that into a stock, and I'll show you what that stock was. But as you can see, we're kind of at a milestone point. I'm pretty excited about this to finally have crossed over into all-time high territories for the portfolio here. We're going to go ahead and take a look. This is the Dividend Doggo portfolio. It is primarily a dividend income portfolio that I have made. We're coming up the anniversary. It started in August 6th, 2019. So we're coming up real quickly on that 2-year anniversary of creating this account. A lot of people have asked me how I funded this account. It was primarily done off of income, savings, and doing cash out refinances on rental properties that were paid off. I started doing them in 2019 before the pandemic hit. And boy, that decision totally paid off. Absolutely phenomenal choice. I feel very lucky and very fortunate that I had the timing that I did with that. So here we're taking a look at the portfolio, and as you can see, our market gains are up pretty significantly for the week. It's been a roller coaster. Some days this week it was down, some days this week it was up, but overall it ended up the week pretty strong. The money weighted average return is what you see here. This does not mean that I got 61% of 600,000. It means I got 61% of the money that was in the portfolio, and it is a money weighted return versus a just straight. It includes all of the dividends, everything in there. So it's a little bit different. It's kind of hard to explain without showing the exact math equation that they go by, but basically the money that was in the portfolio as the returns come in, that's kind of how it calculates it. That's the basic gist of it. I did air quotes even though you can't see me. That's pretty funny. So yeah, looking at this, if I look at the dividend income, I'm getting really close to crossing over that $30,000 in dividend income. And what's amazing is if I drop this from the all-time view, you can see when I got really heavy on this, 21,000 of that is from 1 year. And when I'm looking at the history on this, which is absolutely phenomenal. I'm sure that many people would absolutely love to have had $21,000 in income from dividends in the past year. So this is kind of the goal of this portfolio, is to build this up to the point where it's earning about $80,000 a year in dividend income. So now I'm going to drop you into the 1 week's returns. As you can see, the overall gains for 1 week weren't phenomenally high, just slightly up, but we did have some extra dividend income coming in, and across the portfolio we have a little bit of red with finance, a little bit of red with energy, and a little bit of red in the monthly dividend stocks. However, overall across the board, the portfolio held relatively strong considering what a roller coaster this week was. I was pretty confident it was going to end up being a red week, but Friday just squeaked it out. Look at this Friday. I was so ecstatically happy about this Friday. This is a total 5-figure return for 1 day of $10,000, and most of that is market gains with a little bit of income from dividends rolling in. So I am going to jump in and I'm going to show you, this was the dividend that just came in last night. So I had that up because someone was asking what it was. So we had some dividend income roll into the portfolio. I did have one buy, which I'm going to show you that. That was Lowe's. I did do a purchase of Lowe's. This was 7.68 shares that I added. This effectively doubled my position in Lowe's. I am a big fan. I don't think that home improvement is going to slow down all that much. Even if the stock falls a bunch, I'm not too worried about it. They've raised their dividend. They're just a solid all-around company. I really like Lowe's and Home Depot. They're both solid positions to have in any good dividend portfolio. And going in, I will show you what that looks like. We are going into consumer here. So we're at about $3,000 total in the value of that. So like I said, that did just about double the position. I need to work on leveling up my Costco game here and get a little bit more in all of these positions. I'd like to get all of these above 10,000 except maybe TAP. TAP is one that's kind of an interesting play, but I'm not going to fund a whole bunch of money into it right now. I definitely want to raise up Lowe's to about 10K. I would like to boost up Coca-Cola a little bit and Pepsi, just because I think those are quality positions to have. And Target, as you can see, Target has had an absolutely wild run. I really wish I had evaluated this position a little bit more and brought it up. This, if I look at just like 1 year on this, it's gone up $4,000 on a position that was originally only $3,900. So this position is literally doubled. I just wish I had added a little bit more to this. Their dividend is very, very low. However, that gives them a lot of room to grow the dividend in the future. So I kind of want to reanalyze that and kind of take a look and see when I can try to drop some money into it. It's still trading at around, what was that, 17 PE ratio. It's not horrible. It's not ideal, but it's not horrible. So I need to go in and do some work on that and see what my buy points are for Target and when I should be throwing a little bit more money into that. As you can see, Coma money is down a little bit, but overall, just looking at everything in the portfolio, I'm exceedingly happy to have crossed over that 600,000 threshold. Even if it's just fleeting and it drops 10,000 next week, I'm still exceptionally happy to have hit that point and know that it's going that direction overall. Week to week, you can see that it's just climbed as I threw money in, and it just continues to climb and keep going up. You'll see that the cash balance has gone up pretty significantly. I've had a couple relatively large dividend payments come in. As you saw there, Mo came in, and that was over $1,000 for that one dividend position there. So I'm going to be reinvesting part of that into, that's going to be going into BST RT, I believe is the new position that's going to be added to the portfolio. I am exercising the rights on BST and taking those shares. That happens, I believe that closes on the 14th, so I'm not exactly sure when that's going to come up, but sometime within the next 2 weeks or so, you'll see this cash balance get drained out a little bit, and then whatever's left, I'm going to reinvest. I'm really tempted to throw the Mo money right back into Mo, just to reinvest the dividend and continue to grow that position a little bit, even though it is a relatively high position in the portfolio already. I believe, what is Mo sitting at? It's sitting at 56,000 currently, and as you can see, I built up this position significantly in 2020 in June, just about a month ago, almost to the day. And this position has just climbed and climbed, and I haven't done a whole lot of additional investing into this position. It's just kind of been the position growth. As you can see, it peaked up here somewhere right around $60,000, and it's just kind of fluctuated down and up, down and up. But overall, this is a high yield position, so I didn't expect a lot of growth out of this. To be seeing the $9,000 all-time on the market gains for this is pretty wild. As you can see in earned dividends, this is almost $5,000 in dividend income in just over a year that I've held this position. I started off this position, was it December? Yeah, so I opened this up December 18th with a little buy of $200, and then I started looking at it. I added a little bit more money to it, and then I went positively ham. After looking into the stock, it was really undervalued, and I wish I had bought in a little bit more sooner, but I'm still really happy with my entry point on this position. My average share price is $39.68, and as you can see, it's just printing money into the portfolio, and that money is just getting reinvested. And I'm hoping that I can continue to reinvest that money for at least the next 10, possibly 12 years. I might get a little timer going and set an actual date to when I plan to officially do the retire early and fire, and kind of see how the portfolio grows every month. I think it would be kind of an interesting thing to watch and see what the portfolio was at the end of every month, and just have like a little ticker going for what the balance was for the month before and what the goals are and the projected income to come out of the portfolio for that retirement goal. Ideally, I'm now in my late 30s, which is not a fun thing to say ever. Aging sucks. But overall, knowing that there is a goal at the end of the road and the posts are set, and that $80,000 mark basically would allow us to buy up a nice little piece of land, develop it a little bit, and put in a really nice garden, and do a little bit of agriculture work, get a couple of dogs, just kind of live life and exist, and add some more animals to the mix and get out of the city. That's kind of just both my wife and I, our dream right now is to just slowly push away from all of the chaos that is life in the big city and move a little bit out to the country and exist and just kind of breathe and take a breath and enjoy life for a little while and enjoy those years as we can. So as you know, this is quite the process. I try to do buys almost every single week. Guaranteed I'm doing a buy every month. But this week was absolutely a crazy week for the portfolio. I'm very happy that it came back up on Friday, because as you can see, most of the gain, this was in the red Thursday, and I was like, man, doing videos in the red it's just not as much fun as seeing those crazy one-day gains of $10,000 and stuff like that. But it's very nice to wake up in the morning and see dividend payments rolling in, that cash balance building up. I will be turning on auto invest again as soon as the portfolio has its BST purchase done. I have to keep a certain amount of money for those shares in the cash balance, and once that's done this month, I will be turning auto invest back on and likely be having the portfolio just do its buys into the Como Money portfolio, the slice here, which is basically Berkshire Hathaway and SCHD. And the plan overall for that is to just build this as a cornerstone position. I would ideally like to get this somewhere into the 500,000 range for SCHD. I might I might keep the percentage. I already lowered it to 5% for Berkshire Hathaway, because I do want to get the dividends compounding more. Right now, it's just really fun and really nice to get that money in and see that cash balance go up it seems like every week there's something nice about the dividend portfolio rolling in. I will bring you into a little view. This is the propeller view for the portfolio that you're looking at, as well as the 10-cent portfolio is factored into this. And this is the overall view for everything here. This combined has a dividend yield of 2.22% yield right now. This number has fluctuated a lot, as 10 cent's been pretty beat up over the past couple months. I believe it's down a little over $230,000 from its highs in February. I debated on selling some shares in February, and I definitely have some regrets about not doing that right now, but it rebounds, it'll come back up, and it'll continue to grow. They did raise their dividend 30%, which was phenomenal. Absolutely ecstatically happy about the dividend that came in for that. It was right around $1,400 that was for June. So I need to get my June video out. I need to do some editing and get some stuff together for that video, but I will have that out to you hopefully this week. Looking at the forward projections, it's absolutely phenomenal. This just paid out today. So this rolled into the portfolio on the 10th. And as you can see, we have a little bit more to come in, not too much, about $400 for, if I refresh this, it's going to update. We have about $400 more to come in for July, and some great positions coming in. JP Morgan, banking stocks, funny enough. OZK is going to come in. These are all just going to get reinvested. I think I'm just going to buy some more JPM and buy some more Bank of OZK with those shares. My store capital, I'm going to be considering opening up a new position in VICI, which is a real estate REIT that does a lot of gaming casinos. Everyone's raving about it in the Joseph Carlson Discord because he's been buying it like crazy. So it's pretty tempting for me as someone who does enjoy going to Vegas and visiting. It's absolutely phenomenal. We'll see how things go with that. We've got some pretty hefty payments coming in for August, and I'm absolutely loving it. I love looking at the forward projections. Just knowing that this money is going to roll into the portfolio, whether or not I add additional capital, is just such a phenomenal feeling, and it's one of the key reasons that I truly do love dividend investing. It's just absolutely amazing to know that there's hard work that's going in here, no matter what I'm doing on the sideline, or if I need to pull cash, and not invest it every month. I can, and this is just going to keep building up. So this has been another episode here in the weekly portfolio. As you can see, I got logged out of M1 Finance, so I will leave you with this forward projection look into the future, and I hope that you are having a fantastic week. If you're buying stocks, let me know what you're buying this week. What did you buy? How did your portfolio weather the craziness of the ups and downs and roller coaster of the stock market? I do want to also mention that there will be the link to the portfolio down below in the doobly-doo, and you will be able to get a $50 sign-on bonus for M1 Finance. If you sign up and you fund with $100, you will get 50, and I will get 50, which is an absolutely bonkers promotion. I believe this is the largest promotion that they've ever done. It's absolutely wild, and if you do use the referral link and you use my portfolio to create yours, drop a comment and let me know. I've had, I think, about 8 referrals so far, and I believe about 6 or 7 of them have come from YouTube directly. So I do greatly appreciate all of you who like, comment, subscribe, and watch these videos. I hope that it helps inspire you to keep investing, that you're going to hit your dream goal of whatever you need to retire and feel financially secure. I do appreciate all of you, and as always, be kind to each other and have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Dividend Doggo out.